For those who don't know, and for those that do know, the Musk Knights is a DAO. A DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So for information about what a DAO is, it's a non-centralized organization. There are rules that are enforced on a blockchain which govern the community. Choices are made from the ground up. DAOs are decentralized autonomous organizations and owned cooperatively by their members. They have built-in treasuries that can only be accessed with member permission. Decisions are made by suggestions that the group has to vote on over a set period. So for those that want to understand more, it's managed and regulated by smart contracts, and only the token holders have ownership over the community. A DAO provides greater openness than traditional organizations because everyone can see what it's doing and how much money it makes, how much money it raises as well. So fraud and censorship are considerably reduced. So that gives you a bit more insight into what Musk Knights is about. When we talk about community, when we say that we're fighting to put the power back into the hands of the holders, this is what we mean. A community which the community decides where the money is going. Everyone can see what's going on. Everyone can see how much money the organization is raising. That puts the power back into your hands, into you, the holder, the investor. Because now there's no surprises with you. You know exactly what is happening in the organization. But when it comes to investment clubs, VC investment, this is major, because now the community decides where the funds is going rather than one or two people, which brings me further into centralized finance. So for you to know what a DAO is, you need to understand what centralized finance is. In centralized finance, your money is held by banks, corporations whose overarching goal is to make money. The financial system is full of third parties who facilitate money movement between parties, with each one charging fees for their service. For example, your credit cards. The charge goes from the merchant to the bank, which forwards the card details to the credit card network. So all financial transactions cost money. Loan applications that take days to be approved. You won't even be able to necessarily use the bank services if you're traveling, because they're in control of it. That's what centralized finance is. Think of your banks. Think of, like it mentions, the loan companies. Think of all of these things. These are all centralized organizations. Centralizations where it all comes from one place. No one else is in control of it. When it comes to the banks decide what to do with the finances. You have no say into where the funds go or where the funds are allocated. The banks decide that. The organizations decide that. That is what centralized finance is. In this day and age of Web3 and the way that everything is going, this can't be the rest of our life. There has to be more, because how can we become more connected in every area except with our money, with our finances, with our investments? It doesn't make sense, does it? Which brings me into what is decentralized finance. Decentralized finance is an emerging financial technology based on secure distributed ledgers similar to those used by cryptocurrencies. The system removes the control banks and institutions have on money, financial products, and financial services. Some of the key attractions of DeFi: it eliminates fees that banks and companies use for their services. It puts your money in secure wallets instead of a bank. Anyone with an internet connection can use it without needing approval, and it allows you to transfer funds in seconds and minutes. Now, this just makes so much sense. Why wouldn't you want to eliminate the fees? Why wouldn't you want to hold your fees in secure wallets instead of keeping it in the bank? The bank do all kinds of things with our money. We need control over our finances, and that is why DeFi is important. Benefits of the DeFi, for those who want to go into it further: anyone with crypto wallet and internet connection can access DeFi services. Transactions are made in real time. The blockchain is updated the moment a transaction is completed. Interest rates are updated multiple times every minute. This one's important. Transactions are transparent. Every transaction on the Ethereum blockchain is broadcast and verified by other users in the network. That ensures transparency. So any user can view network activity. So users can retain custody of their assets using crypto wallets or smart contract based escrow. One thing that is important with DeFi, for smart contracts, it's programmable, and that can be designed to automatically execute based on an infinite number of variables, which removes people, which makes things a lot easier to be able to conduct business. DeFi is tamper-proof, secure and auditable thanks to the use of blockchain architecture. And developers can easily connect multiple DeFi applications built on open source technology to create new products, new services. This is revolutionary when it comes to finance, and this is what Musk Knights want to introduce into the mainstream on the highest level. So when we go into now what the benefits of DeFi, now we look at the benefits of a decentralized autonomous organization. The pros: members of the organization can express their voice for the organization's future. Members with more tokens can have more voting privileges. Every member has unique privileges for shaping the future of the organization. Stakeholders can submit proposals for investment and changes in protocols. DAOs do not restrict the decision-making privileges to the boardroom, which allows much more innovative development. So as a whole, I hope you've learned something about centralized finance, decentralized finance, and what a DAO is. And for those who are interested in finding out more, please make sure you follow this channel and also check out Discord as well, because there's a lot of discussions in the Musk Knights Discord about DAO, about finance, because this is an important thing for all of us. All of us are affected by centralized organizations. Everyone's got a bank account. Everyone's got, a lot of people take loans out, credit cards. We need to know where our funds are going, where our funds are allocated. We need to have control over that. We need to see what happens with our funds, and that is why decentralized finance is the way to go. And when it comes to investment and being able to express your voice about the organization's future, that is why that's why a DAO is important, because the power needs to come back into the holders, and the only way we can do that is through community. And that is why the Musk Knights is the platform, is an organization which is bound to change everything. And that is why